everyone, and welcome to Mama Ruth's house. I'm so glad you stopped in today. Today we're going to be making a delicious, beautiful looking, sugar-free chocolate cake. And with that, I will show you all the ingredients and we'll get to cooking. We're going to be using, I'm going to do 2 boxes because we need 3 layers on this cake. So for this cake, 3 layers is going to be 9 points for a 1/16 of the cake, which is a pretty good size piece. We're going to be using 8 eggs, 4 egg yolks, and 4 egg whites, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 cup of unsweetened applesauce, we're going to be using Baker's Joy for our pans. I've already prepared the pans. I did put some parchment paper in the bottom. We're going to be making, this cake makes 4 layers, so we're only going to be using 3 of them for our cake. We're going to be using 2 boxes of the sugar-free chocolate pudding, 2 boxes of the 0 sugar devil's food cake mix, and that's it. We bake it at 325 for about 29 minutes. If that changes when we're baking, because we're baking 4, I'll let you know and I'll put it in there, or I'll tell you when it's done how much more time it took. But with my experience, it took 29 minutes the last time I made these cakes. So I'm going to put you down so you can see what I'm doing. I always sift the dry ingredients, and it just seems to make it fluffier and lighter. Oh yes, and we're using coffee. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. I went to Weight Watchers this morning and I was down 1.6 pounds. I'm so excited. So that is a total of 25.6 that I'm down. So we're going to add the dry ingredients, like I said, and sift them. Just put that right through there and it'll sift. Just makes it so much lighter and airier. I really like it. I've been doing it for quite some time now this way. We do also use the sugar-free prepared frosting for the middle of the cake, but not the sides. And then we are going to put some sugar-free cherry pie filling on top, just a little tad, you'll see, to make it look pretty and beautiful. So we can, we eat with our eyes, so we have to, make it look really nice. So we want to have it and enjoy it and have other people enjoy it. My Easter cake that I made, we made it very similar to this, and I took it to work, and I was only managed to save 1 piece for my husband, and everybody ate it and loved it and said it was just a really good cake. So they really enjoyed it. So I'm happy about that. So we're going to do the same thing to this one. I won't make you watch this whole thing. This part you got. Got 1 more to do. 1 more of the pudding. That's because we're doubling the recipe. Only because we need 3 layers for this cake. I use coffee instead of water for my chocolate cakes. I feel like, well, I know it brings out the chocolate flavor much better than just water. And so as you will see, I never leave anything alone. I always do something and doctor it up. I'm not left-handed, so it's kind of weird. So glad you guys are joining me today. I feel like I've been very blessed. I haven't been doing this very long, and I've had a lot of views. Thank you guys. And just need more subscribers so we can keep continuing doing this. All right, got that in there. I'm just going to throw that cinnamon in there. Cinnamon also just enhances it, to my opinion. You can leave it out. You don't have to have the cinnamon in there. You can omit it. I just prefer it like that. All right. Now we're going to add the applesauce. And the applesauce is in place of the oil. Add the vanilla, and you can omit the vanilla as well. I just like it. I feel like it makes it a much richer cake. Put all these over here. And then the coffee. So we are adding 2.5 cups of coffee in here. I'm going to stir it up just a little bit before I use the mixer. I don't want it to go flying all over. It's a beautiful day here. We live in Central California, and it's just gorgeous today. It's about nearly 70 degrees, I believe, today. I'm not quite sure that spring is here. I'm still nervous about planting my plants, so I haven't done that yet. I don't want it to frost and affect my plants, so I haven't done that yet. But I'm very excited. I can't wait to do that. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. Kind of get that off of my, I'll be using it again anyway, but get it off my spatula here. I'm going to put these on the side so I can have that to put something to put it on. All right, let's get our mixer going here. Sorry if that's a bit loud. I'm going to beat it on low for I don't want it to go flinging all over the place, and the bowl is rather full. And my dog is barking. At what? I have no clue. So after it's all incorporated, I'm going to go ahead and mix this, scrape the sides so we get all the goodies down in there. Nothing worse than having cakes all lumpy, huh? Well, I guess there's worse things, but that's what I'm thinking right now. As a child, when I was about in 7th grade, I started cooking for my family all the time. From then on, pretty much cooking for my family at home. And I was always the baker. My dad always had me baking all kinds of stuff. I remember we would pit our own cherries and make cherry pie, and My dad wasn't a really big cake. He didn't really like cake as much, but he loved pies. So I made lots of different kinds of pies over my lifetime. Mix this a few more minutes and then we'll be ready to, I'm going to turn it up now. We'll mix this and then we'll put it in our pans. This makes a very nice, it's a beautiful cake, and it makes a really nice presentation. You'll see at the end when we get to do that. So I'm going to try to make them evenly in our tins. So my plan is to start out with a couple of cups in each. Can you see those? Yeah. To kind of even it out. So I'm going to do 2 cups. In each. Well, we have just a little bit left, so it's just going to be a tad over 2 cups in each. So we'll just put a little blob in a couple of them. It smells so good. I wish you could smell it. It smells really good. The chocolate is just very fragrant. All right. That worked really nicely. Perfect. I'm going to do this to get out any air bubbles. I know it's a little loud. Put them in the oven. My guess, it's going to take a little bit longer than 29 minutes because there are so many in there. But we'll do the press down on them, and if they bounce back up, it's usually fine. But then I also do the toothpick just to make sure. We wouldn't want it to be not done in the center. Okay, we'll be back in just a few minutes. Hello and welcome back. The cakes took exactly 30 minutes to be done, and they look amazing. I'm sure they're going to be delicious. We're going to start with decorating them, and you'll see this is easy. It's kind of rustic, simple, but it'll look nice, and I'd be happy to serve it anywhere. We are going to be using the 0 sugar frosting. Cherry pie filling with no sugar added. If you have not seen my Easter cake, we are going to be using some of the fondant that was left over for that. You can get the recipe from that one. And we're also going to be, we're using a white frosting and a chocolate frosting. And this is a 3-layer cake. So let me put you down here so you can see what I'm doing. And you can see how easy it is to get this done and be beautiful. All right. So this is going to be my fondant, but we're going to put the cakes on here first. So like I told you, it's a 3-layer cake. We're going to put our first layer on, frost it, and our second layer. Just going to put some blobs on here and spread it out. It's going to be super easy. You want it to kind of look so that people can see it through the outside, but it's not going to have side frosting, if that makes any sense. You'll see how that looks. Put our second layer. Kind of squish it down a little bit so it doesn't go anywhere. Perfect. Put the rest of the frosting on the top. So this is, I'm going to be using 1.5 tubs of this frosting for this cake. Like I said, it's kind of rustic looking, but it's still beautiful as well. There's no wrong way to do this. I'm taking this to a function tomorrow, so I'm going to take the top layer and turn it over so that the flat part is on the bottom, because this is going to be our top. See how it's rustic looking, but it's going to look good when we get it all done. Now, we're going to use the milk chocolate one, or chocolate fudge, excuse me, and we're going to put that right on the top, just like we did the other ones. This one's a little more. I'm going to mix it a little bit. It's a little strong, hard, and I don't want it to be. We need it to be able to be spreadable, so I'm going to mix it up a little bit. That's all you got to do if it's like that. And again, we're just using half. I'm making sure that I hold my cake so it doesn't go anywhere, because it is a 3-layer cake. You know, you don't want it shifting on you like it just did. So you really want it to just kind of look, like I said, rustic. You just want it to be kind of rustic. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right, now. All right, so we're going to take the little fondant that we had from before, and we're going to make some little flowers. You can do it by hand, or I have this little flower kits, but I just want it to be white, very simple. I'm going to mix this up, get it a little warm with my hands before I try to do anything with it. I did lay it out, and I was going to tell you, whenever you're baking, always make sure that your eggs are room temperature. It makes your cake so much better. It just is better altogether. It makes it a little more fluffy, a little lighter. Okay, so I'm going to roll this out. I'm going to put my cake over just a tad. I don't want it to, while I'm rolling this out, I don't want to hit it on accident or anything. You can add some more powdered sugar if you need to, but I think it's going to be okay. We're only going to put a couple of flowers. In this case, I feel like less is more for this particular cake. The fondant, I am not counting in the points, so if you choose to eat the fondant, you'll have to count it. Yeah, I'm going to have to put a little bit of powdered sugar on it. So you'll need to put some powdered sugar on your fondant. Put a little bit in the there. No, dust our rolling pin a little bit. That's better. I thought I was going to get away with not having to put some on there, but looks like we needed it. 3 of these flowers. And I'm using this, it's like a cookie cutter. Like I said, you could use anything really, but that's what I'm choosing to use. So it's just going to make us a little flower like this. All right, I'm just going to set them aside while I do another one. And then I have a little bit smaller one I'm going to try. We'll do 2 of the smaller ones. And then I have one that's even a little bit smaller than that. And I'm going to do 2 of, or 1 maybe. I don't know, we'll see. Oh, actually it's larger than that. So let me just we'll mix this a little bit more. And I think I'm going to put a little yellow center in these. Just going to make a real simple decoration, nothing fancy. They look so cute. I think I'm going to do another small one. Let's do another big one. I might be able to get a little small one out of there too. We may or may not use them all, but at least we have them. If you're working with fondant, you always have to keep it in a baggie. It dries out very quickly. We're going to put a little yellow centers in them. I'm just going to make a little ball. Oops. Put a little bit of water so it sticks. See how cute those look with the little yellow flowers and centers? Like I said, we may or may not use all of them. I don't know. I just like to have them ready, so then if I want to use them all, I can. The water just helps it stick to it a little bit. They almost look like little daisies, don't they? I got these. If anybody would like to know, just let me know. I got these little cookie cutter things on Amazon. I would be happy to share the link. I took the green out because I thought, oh, I might be able to put some leaves, but I don't even think we need it. We'll see. Okay. Put this back in my bag. This is a fun little spring looking cake. So we have this on here. And like I said, it's okay if it looks, it doesn't look perfect because it's kind of rustic looking. I'm trying to figure out which side I want to make the front. We're just going to take and put some of this on one side. And remember, this is sugar-free. It's no sugar added. And then we'll put our little daisies on there. See, it looks like that. I think I'm just going to have them kind of coming down the side. I think it's a wonderful spring cake. It was perfect. And there you go. Beautiful. Let me bring you up here so we can I can say goodbye until next time. Well, again, I want to thank you for spending time with me, and I want to thank you for subscribing and sharing. And if there's anything you want to see made lighter, I'd be happy to try. And until next time, make a fantastic day. That's a beautiful little cake we got. Thank you again.